Hey everyone, and welcome to the GeoGuessr Tour de France here on the Geo Challenges subreddit. It's a competition hosted by Orpheus that sort of aims to mimic the actual cycling race that goes on, the famous Tour de France. And he organized this a month ago with the Giro d'Italia, which I have here. I didn't do well in it. Mainly because I didn't really understand it at the beginning. Uh, but I didn't do too badly. I was like in the middle of the pack, and this time we're gonna aim for the top half. As you can see, this is a long classification. I can get points on that. On the points table, I came in seventh, but a long way from the top, really. Uh, and most of that was due to the time trials and stuff. And on the general thing, you can see I'm a lot closer to the bottom in 14th. But still, I would say with these two combined, sort of middle of the pack that I was in, and I want to try and break into that upper echelon of players. Now, yeah. Now, in case you don't know how these work, essentially each stage of the race is set up between two uh, major places. They can be either cities, like we have here with Strasbourg, and all sort of points of interest, like the Grand Ballon over here. Uh, and essentially, we don't know the exact route between the two places. We do have a profile of the stage, which is basically just heights, like a height map, so we can see on the stage how the heights differ. So we have that, but we don't have the exact route. Uh, and we'll get 5 locations along that route, and the goal is to get a 25K in the quickest possible time. Um, and based on that, we'll get a sort of timing classification, uh, which you want to try and aim to be near the top of. But you'll also get some extra points depending on how you do on specific rounds and on stage as a whole. And do sort of points classification, you can have mountain classifications, which, as the name suggests, happen during rounds that are in the mountains. Depending on the type of round, there's a different distribution of points, but essentially, if you're in the top few players of that specific round, you'll get some points. And you have intermediate sprints, which is basically a very easy round that you can get from signs around the place. You can usually do it non-moving, and again, depending on how you do, you get a certain number of points. And the fastest player of each round gets a point, and then finally, for the stage as a whole, the top five get points as well. Now, about the competition as a whole, this is in France. It's not my best country. It's not a particularly easy country to play as well because, in case you don't know, France. The only real tip you can have for narrowing down your region in France is like the phone codes. So you have 01 in Paris, I believe, 02, I think it was 03, 04, 05, something like that. Something along those lines. Um, uh, the only national roads you find are the motorways, so like the A series roads and the occasional N series roads, which, if I can find them, I think I know that one here. Yeah, the apartment N12 here. Uh, but yeah, you only have those. The next larger section of road is the D roads, and they just repeat by department. These little smaller borders that you see in. And a fairly small region, which means it's gonna, even across a stage like the one we have, you're probably gonna have like two departments, so you can have two different um what do you call series of roads to deal with, which doesn't make this any easier. Uh, that said, there is another Tour de France league hosted by Wordog that I've been playing, which which focuses on specific regions of France, and that's given me a bit of practice, I'd say. But the good thing is that both that league and this competition are focused on smaller regions of the country, which means I'm not looking across the whole of France. I'm just looking at smaller regions for each round. Now, obviously, on this one, we are at a disadvantage to some of the French players. In this competition, I know Dolan Pala is French. Is Word up in this? No, I don't think so. Okay, I actually don't know who else is French here, but we're going to be at a disadvantage to them. I think Vega Roland sounds like a French name, but anyway, uh, yeah. So we're going to have to fight to get close to them. I think. Uh, Luckily, I know a tiny bit of French. Like I can understand it if I read it. So I don't know if that's going to help, but let's hope it does. Um, yeah. Now, before we actually get into the stage, uh, we have a little bit of information about the stage. We start in Strasbourg, um, in Alsace, uh, and there's a bit of commentary on it. We pass through some villages. We have the Bosque Mountains. I don't know how you pronounce that. And then we'll finish at the Grand Ballon, which that might actually just be a picture. Yeah, that's a picture. The 431, the Grand Ballon. And the thing we can do is look at the map to see what the route is like. Now, we've got Strasbourg on one end. We've got, we figured where Le Grand Ballon is. Okay, there we go. And the picture says D431. So it's gonna be somewhere here. Uh, my guess is maybe over here, maybe right where you got that. Okay, maybe. But we know it's somewhere in this uh area. That's where the tail end of the stage is gonna be, and we start off up here in Strasbourg. So the information we have is we have the height map, which is one thing. We also have the distance, 178.5 kilometers. And a trick I picked up in the later stages of the Giro d'Italia, sorry, I have the sniffles, is that you can actually sort of estimate the route based on this. Now, 178.5, and it said we passed through the uh, Vosges Mountains. So, I was feeling we might pass through here. Doesn't quite reach the uh, what do you call it? Uh, the distance we need, which will be something. Maybe we'll go down this 136. Yeah, okay. Distance we are reaching now 138. Okay, If we go for a roundabout route, maybe that's 167, that's a bit closer. We might end up going for a roundabout route like this one. Could be one of these. Uh, okay. On this stage, it doesn't seem to be working too well because I can't figure out how we might go here. We could use the height map in a more granular way. I don't know if I can. I mean, you can probably check something by looking at the terrain map, but we're not going to do any of that. We just know the rough layout of the thing. We can look at some of the towns along the route. I didn't notice there'd be so many sort of German names here, but yeah, we have Colmar, which I said last time, with Cerne, Hildesholtheim, Wittelsheim, might have one of these. If you see any places called Heim, we know they're closer to the eastern side of this than the western side. Uh, yeah, I think to click on that. We have some towns here: Celestat, Châtenois, Wittelsheim, we have Strasbourg, obviously, Ilka, Grafenstadt. That's the most German name I've ever heard. Ilka, Grafenstadt. But, anyways, about this, I think we should just hop into the race. Uh, yeah. Oh, the other thing we know is that round 2 and round 3 are gonna be in the mountains, so that's further south. Round 4 is an intermediate sprint, which is usually on a highway of some sort with some signs. I think that's gonna be in the flatter regions. And for this stage in particular, we know round 1 is in Strasbourg. And we're gonna focus on getting the 5K, even if I happen to have a bad round where I can't find anything, we'll work towards the 5K even if it takes a while. So anyway, let's do this. We have someone Hexalt has already played. Okay, let's do this. The first round is in Strasbourg. We have a roundabout. If it loads, Schiltingheim, Offenberg to the south. A45, A35. A35 is here. A4, I mean. That would be up here. Schiltingheim, I don't have those places. Strasbourg Center is to the south, plus the Bordeaux. I'm probably butchering the name. We're actually not at a roundabout, we're at a sort of long plaza kind of thing. It might be distinctive enough to find if I search around a tiny bit. It's not turning open. No. No, it's that. Okay, shouldn't take time. That thing. I think we're here then. Yeah, 5K. Probably could have been a bit more careful, but yeah, it's good we found that. I noticed it said Plastic Bordeaux at the last moment, which I thought might be wrong because we saw it was pointing to Plastic Bordeaux, but I went for it because it's pretty much the only place that fit the description. Uh, we had the town to the south, I spotted this, so it shall take time. Anyways, that's the first round, round 2, round 3 are in the mountains. So let's get on with those. Move here, Calamity's rule is to go south. And I think I know why the distances didn't match on the map because it looks like Orpheus has sent us on a route around Strasbourg to begin with. And this seems to be taking us up the hill, but I ran past a bollard and now, okay, here we go. D430, okay. I noticed the D430 was right here. There's 15. I think we might have some town names on it. If we can even read those, there's 15. And we're at the point where we sort of went back and forth. I'm gonna go back to the start. Uh, I don't know if that would count as a road. Yeah, it looks to be a separate road that we might find somewhere on the map. Could be this. We we do have that bend, so I'm gonna go for that. And that's wrong. Well, the okay, that road does. I did say we would try not to be sloppy, but I saw this bend, this road. It all checked out. We even had the bend in the road. I misjudged the distances then badly. Well, looks like we might be playing for time on this. Not time, for points on this race. That's a bad one. Luckily, there is a time limit. 200% of the winners of the state, so we'll be definitely getting that time. That's just sloppy on my end. Would I? Yeah, okay. If I went that way, I'd actually find that U-turn in there. That sucks. That's just my fault. Anyways. Ah, okay. That stings. Let's see if we can do any better. D40. We're in the mountain again. So we can, in a rough region, we can look for the D40. If D430 there, D48. D40.2 for current D40. Here we go. It's going north at this point. Came around here. It then no, this goes to the match. Very curvy bend off to the west and then slightly to the north. That does not check out. Find the opposite direction. See what we find. We're at sort of the bottom of a curve. Let's see if we can't follow the D40 to find a location. This seems to be the only part where that it matches. Okay, and there's a road going off to the south. Also the D40 here, which then immediately goes off to the east. We can look for that. This might be it. Directional route doesn't quite match, unfortunately. Will be this. Uh, there's a second road that goes up here. This, no, this isn't quite it. Could be this actually. It goes northeast, and from this side we got something like that. So this does check out. Where we came from, the road is going north south. It's something maybe here. The road over there curves all the way around. Could be further south, maybe. It goes exactly south here. Well, almost a little southwest. Could be something like this, but then the curve won't match exactly. Oh, okay, there's a road going off north that way. It might. Is it that? That would put us there. Yeah, that checks out. I'm gonna go there. That's still not. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Maybe mountain rounds are not my thing. The D40 continues up there. Well, I saw the D40 goes here and comes around and then it seems to stop here. Okay, maybe. I don't know what the D40 dot something is. But, yeah, I mean, luckily we do have that time limit, I guess, which just keep us in the running. Any of the players ahead of us could have a bad day at any point. But yeah, I think this round we're going to be starting, like we're going to finish off near the back of the pack. I mean, at the back of the pack, if you're going to get time limit. Okay, so somewhere along the route, it loads. I saw D98 saw PS dot sign. Let's see if those happen to show up from outside. D98. The only problem is we don't know which side of this brand, which is a bit of an issue. We have D98, D35 to Ville. Isn't it? Okay, that's here. I managed to spot that. D35, which doesn't seem to exist here. That's weird. Ville is to the west. D35. Go north south, looking for where it meets the D98. D81, D159, I think it's gone too far. D98, we should be here. Yep, that's good to check out. We should be right here. Yep. I think as this goes on, I'll try and become a little more confident in where we are. We can get like faster and individual runs, but yeah, the mountain runs are gonna be our problems, I think. Uh, we have a nice open field, mountains to the west, so we might be near Colmath, I think it is called. I do not know the exact name. I whizzed past. It's fine, but never mind it. Christine Carola, Auberge du Parc Carola. Maybe we're in a town called Carola. Well, but it it is weird seeing German in France. Like, I know they have different languages, like Breton and all, but seeing seeing German specifically feels weird. Although I know this area used to be part of Germany at a point. Okay. Bergheim, do you want something? I think we saw Bergheim before. Uh, if I can find it again. Um, Bergheim, there we go. The D1 something. 1B maybe? That could be it. Blue Cimetière. I think that just means cemetery road. We play. What was the other town on that list? Bergheim. The east is 3 something Hippolyte. From Hippolyte is that. So I think, yeah, we play. I think we started out here somewhere in the field. We have that where we are. There's a road that goes off to the south. That might be it. Yeah, that seems to check out. Yeah, yeah, there we go. 5K. So we had two bad mountain rounds, which are gonna put us down here. We're definitely gonna get time limit on those because there's a penalty of like 5 seconds for every meter above a kilometer, which isn't gonna help us right now. Um, so we've got that going for us. If we do look at these hexal for 24 seconds here, we're not coming. Are we gonna get anywhere near that? We had a minute 4 seconds. Jackie has got a minute 2. Duda got 59. And then we have hexal with 24 seconds. We're in fourth actually, which is just out of the points here, which is unfortunate. Mountain round, we don't get anything. 1 minute 34. Minot and Ultra have 35 seconds here. Not near that. 234, 230, there's a 233. No, that's not a 5K. 230, yeah. We've lost that one already. So, we don't have points this round. We don't have a good time, but luckily there's a lot more stages to come. So, hopefully, we do better in those. And I have to remember to actually be careful on the stupid mountain rounds. Uh, yeah, I think the problem is I like find one area that seems sort of right, and then I just focus on that area. I don't look anywhere outside of it, which isn't a good thing, of course. Uh, this one, maybe I could have been a bit more careful if I spotted the D40 up here. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, French road numbering is weird. Okay, I shall leave you all at that. So yeah, anyway, thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you in for the next stage. I think we get like 3 days or so between stage. So yeah, I'll see you in about 3 days, I guess.